Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing setting up a restaurant here in Thailand. At first, I was going to title this video Setting Up a Restaurant in Bangkok, as I think certain aspects of this video may be more Bangkok specific. That being said, I decided to go ahead and title it more broadly because I do believe that some of the information in here can be applied throughout Thailand. Meanwhile, other aspects of the information in this video may not specifically apply to, maybe a small little restaurant by the beach somewhere, whereas you're dealing with different issues here in Bangkok. That being said, I'll try to keep it as broad as I can. There are many foreigners that come to Thailand in a given year, and they go ahead and they come to us, or they go to other people, who knows, for assistance, or they try to do it themselves, to go ahead and set up a restaurant here in the kingdom. Moreover, I see many Thai foreign couples who also go ahead and try to set up a restaurant. Now, I'm going to stay away from some of the old cliches and try not to be overly negative. Everyone's heard the phraseology, or they've heard the saying, restaurant's the toughest business to run, etc., etc. Look, I would counter with any business that's one's own business is going to be in many ways tough to run. So a restaurant is nothing special with respect to that. That being said, restaurants for foreigners can pose some specific problems here in Thailand for a number of reasons. First of all, restaurants are by definition sort of brick and mortar, for lack of a better term. So unlike more nebulous jobs, if you will, consulting or things that we find in the digital nomad space now in the sort of new economy, a restaurant, enforcement officials know where to find you, for lack of a better term. So, tax authorities, health code violations, things like that, you're going to be dealing with physical people. This isn't, again, as nebulous or in the ether, if you will, as certain other types of jobs can be. And moreover, it's not nearly as nomadic. You're not traveling. If you're running a restaurant, you tend to be coming to the same place fairly frequently. So a couple of things with respect to Thailand to be aware of. First of all, work permits are extremely important with respect to restaurants. As I stated, there's nothing nebulous about the nature of one's work if one's working, within the confines of a restaurant. If you're the owner of the place and you're in it, it's pretty safe to assume, for lack of a better term, you're working. So be aware of work permit regulations. I see a lot of folks who say, well, I'm on a retirement visa, but my wife really runs the restaurant. I'm just going to be in there. I've seen that go wrong many, many times, especially here in Bangkok. Oftentimes that passive owner who's a foreigner, will be on the corporate documentation. In comes, immigration police, or even the health code, the health inspectors, etc. And there's this foreigner who's undocumented with respect to work authorization, in the establishment. And while I've seen circumstances where, they take the position of, well, he's just in there, he's not working. I've also seen them take the position, if you're in there, you're working. So work permits are very, very important, and better safe than sorry, especially with respect to that. The next thing to keep in mind, accounting is extremely important with respect to restaurants. Maintaining proper books, maintaining proper POS system, point of sale service, etc. These are important aspects of running a restaurant. And failure to maintain one's records properly can result in problems with respect to, for example, a tax audit. Again, why would that be a problem? Well, if you can't prove what you made, it's very difficult to disprove that if the government says you made more. And for this reason, accounting is extremely important with respect to the running of a restaurant here in Thailand. And I would argue in many ways it might be even more important, especially with respect to point one I just made with respect to work permits. Accounting is integral to maintenance of a work permit because you got to show that the company is paying certain things like VAT, Social Security contributions, etc. Which brings me to another point, which is payroll. Payroll is exceptionally important with respect to running a restaurant here in the kingdom. And again, as previously noted, maintenance of things like Social Security contributions, which are necessary for maintenance of a work permit here in the kingdom. Those types of things need to be maintained generally on a monthly basis. and you need to go ahead and either have a service provider to assist with that or be able to provide that documentation to the Thai government on one's own. Again, for foreigners operating here in the kingdom and maintaining a restaurant, this may not be feasible. We assist many clients, especially restaurant clients, with respect to things like payroll and tax advisory, as well as tax filing services and general accounting services as well. So the thing to take away from this video is, while running a restaurant in Thailand, I've seen firsthand as an observer, can be very rewarding for those who undertake that type of occupation. It's also very time consuming. It's rather labor intensive. And here in Thailand, there are a lot of laws and regulations that need to be maintained, especially by foreign nationals operating here, in order to maintain their status and not cause themselves more trouble than they'd otherwise like, simply from the fact that they're running a restaurant.